Newman City Council meeting, regular meeting for April 11th, 2017. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag and remain standing for the invocation. Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
George Eliot once said, "Keep true, never be ashamed of doing right, decide on what you think is right, and stick to it." Let's pray. Most gracious Father, we thank you for the opportunity to conduct the business of this community. Guide us as we make the decisions for this community tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Ray. If we could have roll call, please.
Councilmember McDonald?
Here.
Graham?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Candia?
Here.
Day?
Here.
Mayor Martina?
Here. Okay, declaration of conflict of interest. There being none tonight. Item 6 is ceremonial matters. And tonight is a proclamation. This is Library Week. And Tom's here from the library. And if you would, Tom, go up to the podium. I'll come up and we'll read the proclamation. You know, we're very fortunate in Newman to have Tom. You know, he's done a lot with the library. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to go to the library and look around and see what's going on there, but there's a lot of different things that have happened since he's come to town. Anyway, with that, we're going to get into this proclamation. Whereas reading, literacy, and the freedom of exploring are cornerstones of a free and democratic society, and whereas libraries support democracy through their commitment to providing equitable access to information for all library users, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. And whereas libraries is the key to achieving personal success in school, in business, in life, and whereas libraries and librarians open up a world of possibilities through invocations, programming, and through the power of information, and whereas libraries are trained, tech-savvy professional providing training and access to technologies, and whereas libraries offer 24/7 access to library service through online resources such as ebooks, email, downloadable audiobooks, music, movies, online language instruction, and research database. And whereas library partners with parents and caregivers to empower children to enter kindergarten with the knowledge and skills necessary for success in school and beyond. And whereas librarians continue, grow, and evolve in how they provide for needs of every member of their community. And whereas librarians, libraries, librarian workers, volunteers, and supporters in Stanislaus County are celebrating National Library Week. Now, therefore, I, Bob Martina, Mayor of the City of Newman, do hereby proclaim April 9th through 15th, 2017 as National Library Week in the City of Newman, and urge everyone to visit libraries and to take advantage of the wonderful resources they provide. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. I'd just like to show my appreciation to the City of Newman, everybody from the police department, fire department, others, members of the public. It's very nice to be in the city. It's an enjoyable place to work, and we are open for everybody. Everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 7, items for the public, non-agenda items. If anyone would like to speak to the council, this would be the time to come forward. Everyone's shaking their head no. 8, consent calendar. Waive all readings of ordinance and resolutions except by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of the March 28, 2017 meeting. D, adopt resolution number 2017, next number, a resolution adopting requests for subsidies from County of Stanislaus Board of Supervisors for fire dispatch service for the year 2017-2018.
I move that we approve the consent calendar as read.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. 9, public hearing. A, adopt resolution number 2017, next number, a resolution declaring the existence of public nuisance under ordinance number 95-4.
Evening, Mayor, Council members. Before you tonight is abatements. Abatement notices were sent to properties with accordance with Ordinance 95-4, Chapter 2, Title 8-2-3. These notices inform property owners of their rights, their options, and their right to appeal at a formal hearing, which would be tonight. We have 2 for you listed tonight, 1036 Lucille Avenue and 740 Bunting. We have a few pictures for you. This will be the Bunting address, still Bunting. This is the Lucille address, and this is the other Lucille address. And I'll bring it back to you for consideration and possible further action.
Move for adoption of resolution number.
Excuse me, this is-
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
This is a public hearing, so now I'll open it up to the public for any comments. No comments, so I'll bring it back to the council for direction.
Okay, now I can do it. Okay. Move that we adopt resolution number 2017, next in number, a resolution declaring the existence of a public nuisance under ordinance number 95-4.
Second the motion.
A motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Item B, adopt resolution number 2017, next number, a resolution approving the Newman Water Waste Facility Acceleration Pond Reconfiguration and Land Application Expansion Area Project, final initial study and mitigation negative declaration, and authorize staff to file a notice of determination.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Over the last 10 years, city staff has been working with the Central Valley Regional Water Quality Control Board to expand the city's wastewater treatment capacity and address salinity issues. That is being done via a request for a renewed waste discharge requirements permit. A salinity impact mitigation plan was developed to address these issues, and in order to achieve those goals, the city is proposing to implement in phases the facility aeration pond reconfiguration project and land application expansion area. Before you is the environmental review for said project, also referred to as CEQA. Per CEQA guidelines, an initial study was completed, and it was determined that the project could impact the environmental. Therefore, a mitigated negative declaration has been prepared. Mitigations listed in the document will decrease potential environmental impacts. Per the CEQA process, a notice of intent to adopt a mitigated negative declaration was filed and published at Merced County, Stanislaus County, and in our local newspaper. The public review period was from February 28th through March 30th. 3 comments were received. Of those, 2 were standard, here's our comment, we have no comment. And 1 was from the Water Quality Control Board, of which we are working with them for said issues. In order to proceed with the city's request for a new waste discharge requirements, the board requires a certified CEQA document. Upon approval by the city council, staff can proceed with the board for the city's new WDR. It's important to note that today's item does not approve the actual project, just its environmental document. Project-related approvals would be presented to the city council at a later date. Therefore, staff recommends that the city council conduct a public hearing and adopt resolution 2017 next in number, certifying the environmental document and authorizing staff to file a notice of determination. I'm happy to answer any questions.
No questions? Since it's a public hearing, I'll now open it up to public for any comments or any questions. There being none, I bring it back to council for direction.
I move that we adopt resolution 2017, next number. A resolution approving the Newman wastewater facility aeration pond reconfiguration and land application expansion area project final initial study and mitigation negative declaration and authorize staff to file the notice of determination.
Second the motion.
The motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Regular business, 10. A, adopt resolution number 2017, next number, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Newman, California, initiating proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments for the lighting and landscaping maintenance district for the fiscal year 2017-2018, and orders the preparation of the engineer's report.
Good evening, City Mayor and council members. The City of Newman has a total of 15 zones within the lighting and landscaping maintenance district, which is called LLD. Improvement provided within the district include the weekly operation, maintenance, and servicing of all public landscaping areas consisting of trimming and pruning, weed abatement, sidewalks, plant materials, irrigation system, lighting system, and graffiti removal. As required by the Landscape and Lighting Act of 1972, there is one resolution before council initiating proceedings for the levy and collection of assessment and ordering the preparation of an assessment engineer's report for the LLD for fiscal year 2017 and 18. The next step in the process is to develop the engineer's report for the city council consideration, declare the intention to levy and collect assessment in the May 23rd council meeting, and conduct a public hearing for the proposed assessment in the June 27th council meeting. Therefore, staff recommend the city council initiate proceedings for the levy and collection of assessment for LLD for fiscal year 2017 and 18. I can answer to any question you may have.
Any questions from council?
No.
No question. Thank you, Kazan. All right, I bring it back to the council for direction.
I move that we adopt a resolution 2017, next number, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Newman, California, initiating proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments for the lighting and landscape maintenance district for fiscal year 2017-18, and orders the preparation of the engineer's report.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Thank you, Kazan. You must be, you have the next one, too.
Yeah, I have one more item.
Item B, adopt resolution number 2017, next number, a resolution awarding a contract to NorCal Pipeline Service in the amount of $28,090 for the 12-inch sewer cure-in-place pipelining project, and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement.
Thank you. On January 20, 2017, early this year, a sinkhole occurred when an 18-wheeler trailer approached from the Merced Street to 969 Merced Street in the alley. Probably you're familiar to the end of this alley in the back of the city hall. After the trailer was removed from the alley, Public Works inspected the existing 12-inch clay pipe and found severe corrosion of the clay pipe with loss of clay material from the pipe wall matrix. And also, the top of the clay pipe also has a longitudinal crack and hole caused by the sinkhole. It is anticipated that the old clay pipe may be subject to failure or potential collapse if it is not repaired soon. Based on several field inspection, staff found that the traditional excavation and replacing the pipe is not available because the sinkhole is too close to the existing brick building, which is really old. So no contract want to work on that because it's too close. If we excavate even further, deeper, that might affect the existing brick building, which is the foundation is very, very shallow. However, the Public Works took a look all kind of options we can implement and found that the CIPP, cured in place pipelining method, which doesn't require any excavation, is available, fortunately, because even though we have some corrosion inside the pipe, but still we can apply a liner inside the pipe for the entire 12-inch clay pipe. And once it's formed inside, it's working as like a brand new PVC pipe without any excavation. As such, Public Works conducted a selection process to choose a contract services to line the 12-inch sewer clay pipe through the request for quote, RFQ. Two qualifying quotes were received in the amount of $28,090 and $55,000 respectively. The lowest responsible bidder is No Call Pipeline Services with the amount of $28,090. This is a sewer fund expenditure and is not general fund expense. Therefore, staff recommends City Council award a contract to No Call Pipeline Services in the amount of $28,090 and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement. I can answer to any question you may have.
I'm just curious why there's a $27,000 difference between the two bids. Why?
Yes, I can explain
That's
that.
a pretty big difference for the same job.
Yes, when we started finding the contractor, we had a really hard time because there's no nearby contractor in the Central Valley implementing CIPP. We even contact some contractors in the Sacramento areas. I believe that two contractors actually came from Sacramento. The second contractor requesting a lot more money because mobilization is a huge cost associated with this job at this point. But first contractor, I believe that they want to expand their business in Central Valley. That's why they're thinking that is a good opportunity for the company. So they're applying the similar unit price they are using in Sacramento area. It is why we got a really good number at this point. So we were really lucky to have the good comparison at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so this comes out of the sewer funds, right?
Yes.
Any other question? Okay, bring it back to the council for direction.
I'll make a motion we adopt Resolution 2017, next number. A resolution awarding a contract to the NorCal Pipeline Services in the amount of $28,090 for the 12-inch sewer cured in place pipe lining project and authorizing the city manager to execute said agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion has been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you.
sir. Item number 11, items from District 5, Stanislaus County Supervisor. We did better tonight, Jim.
Moving right along. Good evening, Mayor Martina, council members. I just have just a few things tonight. This last week, Supervisor Keyes and I and county staff went to Washington DC for our annual trip. Interesting place to go for sure. The departments are all in transition there. I think we went about 2 months too early because the offices didn't have the staff. They were still hiring people. They didn't even have pictures on the wall in the place we went except for transportation. But still, we had pretty good visits. We went to Housing and Urban Development, Commerce, Veterans. We went to Congressman Denham's office and to our senators, Feinstein and Harris, and our transportation department to pitch for money to replace bridges, which we have several of them in this county that need to be replaced. So anyway, we just got back, so where I went and caught a cold there, which I'm still getting over it. You know, unlike here, since I'm a farmer and I know the weather pretty well, we usually know 2 or 3 days before it rains. There, the sun's out, and an hour later it can be just pouring raining, and then the sun would come out again, then it would rain, and the wind would come up. I mean, really have wind come up. So it was what a different kind of climate they have. It's so unpredictable. It sure is a pretty city, though. Anyway, I think we did some good, though. I wish we had waited another month or two. Okay, in other news, task force meeting is going to be April 27th right here in Newman. I hope everything is all set for that. We're working on the Health Summit. We have confirmed Dr. Walker is our speaker for the summit. He is Stanislaus County's public health officer. He's a medical doctor, really great speaker. And then we're also going to be launching our West Side Walks at just about the time of the summit. We did get a message from Newman School District just today that we'll be able to use their track to do the walks. I haven't heard from Patterson yet, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. So we do our walks, around the high school tracks for our exercise project. So anyway, Health Summit, I gave you the wrong date the last time. Is actually June 29th. And I think I inadvertently told you, I think it was 22nd or something, but it is the 29th. And it will be right here at Newman's West Side Theater. It will be in the evening this time. In the past, we've always done it in the afternoon, but we're going to try an evening summit this time. It should be good, so we'll do some planning on the 27th here, and then we'll have one more meeting, and then we'll be putting it on. Letters will be going out to potential teams for the Biggest Loser contest, and also to vendors who have products that they'd like us to be aware of. So I know I mentioned it the last time, but I would say it one more time, that the Veterans Center grand opening is going to be April 21st at 4 o'clock. It's at corner of Coffee and Sylvan Road. It's a beautiful facility. Staff is in there now. It's actually operating already. It's a 37,000-foot building, so it's a big place. Got banquet room, meeting rooms. County staff is there for the veterans, and also Adult Protective Services is there. But anyway, that grand opening will be the 21st this month at 4 o'clock, if anybody would like to come. And that's all I have this evening.
Okay, thank you, John. Item 12, items from the city manager and staff.
Thank you, Mayor, and members of the council. First off, I just wanted to give you a early happy Easter. It's coming up this Sunday. Hope you have a great time with your families. Couple of things we have going on. We have preliminarily set May 25th for a public meeting on the Northwest Quadrant. It's really to accept comments on the EIR. The EIR, again, the public comment period starts Friday. It's going to run for 45 days. May 25th is towards the end of that, and it's going to give everybody an opportunity to, once again, just kind of hear what the project is, talk about the impacts and what's being mitigated, and then anybody from the public that wants to give comment on the EIR itself, the CEQA document, can do so that night. And then later on, we'll have public hearings at Planning Commission and then ultimately City Council for comments on the particular project. As you can see, the firehouse has some new colors on there. If you like it, I did it. If you don't like it, it was Keith's fault. There's one little spot that Keith forgot, the little white there. We'll get that taken care of over there. Baseball and softball's going, so if you don't have anything to do in the evenings or on Saturday mornings, go out and grab a hot dog and watch some games. Lou's going to talk to a couple of you about the infrastructure subcommittee group, about trying to get a group to get them meeting together so we can talk about some of the water and sewer rate studies and some of the projects that are going on. So we're trying to coordinate some schedules on that. As you know, we bought property a couple years ago from George Souza out at Canal School Road in Brazo. We've had some wetland delineation work done out there. We've been in contact with the Army Corps of Engineer, and now we're trying to get a second quote to do a full mapping of the wetlands out there. This is actually a good year to do the mapping, and we're thinking that May would be the timetable on that. So we're going to go reach back out to Ecosystems West and try to get that whole thing mapped, and then work with the Army Corps of Engineers. And that's a two-phase project. Phase one is a smaller phase, it's about 2.5 to 3 acres, and we're looking at putting out solar arrays and power all the city buildings and streetlights and all that to lower our cost. And then the second phase we would run our storm water through a series of channels and ponds, clean up the storm water, then we would capture it, and Lance would use it Lance out at the wastewater treatment plant would then capture the water, use it to irrigate some of the alfalfa and the other crops that he grows out there, and to putting a lower salinity water on the property to help reduce the salinity out there, so dilute it. So. And then lastly, as you have seen, we have your picture.
Oh.
That's all that I have for you today.
And they're all smiling.
Yes.
Did we get anything on mosquitoes yet?
You know, I've reached out to Mr. Heff twice, and I haven't heard back from him, so I'll reach out to her again today, just checking my emails to see if we're kind of. I looked on his website and I hadn't seen anything related to Newman yet,
Right.
so I'll have to give him a phone call. I'll follow up with you on the email once he emails me back.
Mike, I just had a quick question. I know we started doing code enforcement. We have 2 community service officers now. My question is, have we recently put anything in the paper as far as helping to educate people as far as what we're trying to do? I don't know, it seems to me that there needs to be something like that so people understand, what we're trying to do in the city of Newman.
Yeah, we have some flyers that are online. As you know, we're in the educational phase. We haven't issued any citations on that yet. Those will probably be coming out soon, because we've been, the new code enforcement officer has been on about 6 weeks, and she probably hit the streets about 3 weeks ago. But it's education first, making people aware of the situation and asking them for voluntary compliance. With that, Mayor, again, we haven't. I know Dean's coming out with an article soon, because he's done some interviews with us. We've done flyers. We put those on our website. At some point we could probably mail it off, but we didn't create a bunch of new ordinances that we're out enforcing. These are all existing ordinances that have been on our books for years and years and years, and they've been, as you know, been enforced at different levels over the course of the years. But with your direction, we've got a person dedicated to that now, and we can't get everything all at once. It's a process, and so she's out there taking on the responsibilities as best she can.
No, we support this because I think it's extremely important that, that Newman do this, because the thing is, it seems like, we've gone for a period of time where we haven't really gone out and enforced code enforcement, and I think this is probably what's going to bother a lot of people. But the nice thing about it, the value of their property is going to increase. And I think that's the thing that people have to understand, is that if someone next to you is not taking care of their property, then the value of your home is a lot less than what it should be.
Correct.
That goes for the whole community.
And there's public health and safety issues, whether they're fire, or tripping hazards, or other things that the code enforcement officer addresses as well. So the way things have kind of been bifurcated is, we have an existing CSO who's been with us for a while. She works out of the police department. She'll continue to handle our animal control issues, and then vehicle abatement stuff that really requires a license plate and getting some of that sensitive information. She'll handle all of those issues. The other CSO is stationed out of City Hall. She'll be working on neighborhood preservation, property maintenance, and commercial businesses and signage and some of those other things that go along there. Are we going to get everything all at once? We're not. And people are going to come in and complain, well, they're going to point fingers here and here, because we've just started. It takes time to, for her to make the rounds, to get everybody noticed, to get into compliance. It's going to take a while for her to get to see everything. So still it's a process. She's trying to keep some office hours, so that way when people come in and they want to address her, we can tell her, this person's in the office from this time to this time, and if you want to meet with them, you can. And then she'll have street hours as well, where she's out trying to make sure that people are complying and following up on warnings and some of those things as well. So,
Thank you, Michael. Okay. Chief?
Just a quick reminder that this Saturday, April 15th, is our canine crab feed, so get your tickets, come out, enjoy some crab and steak, and
All you can eat?
all you can eat crab, no steak.
I don't like steak.
Okay, we'll give you raviolis instead then.
I don't like ravioli,
Salad?
unless they're homemade.
I like
Salad?
crab. Just crab.
This crab, we're just going for the crab.
You got it.
We're gonna get our $50 worth.
We'll have plenty of that.
Anyway, it's always been an exciting affair, and of course, this is fourth, fifth year, maybe more?
More. This is 2008. This is our.
Is it that?
It's been a while. We started with Randy
year?
Ulibarri.
Yeah, I believe it's our 9th year.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Boy, time flies. Anyway, I hope you sold out.
We're close. Yeah, there's very few tickets left, so if you want them, come get them quickly.
Thank you. Anything else? Chief?
That's all I have.
Stephanie?
Hello. Just wanted to let the council know that I'll be presenting the non-motorized transportation plan at the request of the Parks and Rec Commission this Thursday. I think they want to get familiar with some improvements going on around town. So I'll present that to them and also some upcoming non-motorized projects that we'll be having on Merced Street. As I mentioned previously, just working on closing out some projects. I will be coordinating the grand openings with the council via email. So if you have any questions of me, I'm happy to answer them.
Did you do, there was a sewer line in the alley between, was it Kern and across from the car wash?
Oh, M Street?
In Street? Oh, that's yours?
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
Okay.
I can answer to the question.
I just wanted to say that, related to that, after the closure and the first thing Monday morning, they closed the entire street. Then you opened up one side so that increased the flow of traffic. That was a good move. That really made a difference. Sorry, Stephanie.
As Michael had mentioned before, the committee for reviewing the results of the sewer rate study, Councilmember Candia and Councilmember McDonald, you're both on that committee. The way we set it up before is we had the 2 council members and we had 3 members of the public, one representing city residents as a homeowner, one from the commercial industry and one from the industrial. And once we get the rest of those members set up, then I'll email everybody and get you copies of the report so we can schedule a time to get together and review it. When we do have our meeting, we'll have the Catherine from Hansford Economic Consulting, which is conducting the study. She'll come down and do a presentation and walk you through and answer any questions you have on it. On that or any other matters, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions? Thank you, Lou. Hassan?
Yeah, good evening again. Just one item. Last Friday, April 7, 2017, State announced Executive Order B4017. The state officially lifted the water conservation regulation caused by the multi-year severe drought. Even though the state lifted the regulation, but they still strongly recommend stay on the water conservation effort because the weather can be changed anytime throughout this year. So just for information, the City of Newman staying on the stage 2 water conservation effort, it will allow 3 days of irrigation time per week for all the residents, especially the even address number Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and all the address number Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Some other cities only allowed 2 days or 1 day per week. I believe that 3 days per week irrigation time still a really good idea to stay because it saved a lot of water throughout the years. So I can answer to any question you may have.
Any question? Fire Chief Key?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We implemented the new on-call officer for the fire department, so we're about 2 weeks in now. We've had the position staffed 3 of the days during the week so far, with a pool of 4 applicants so far. So that's going well, so you'll see another fire vehicle out there responding to calls. So that's given me some time in the office. I've been working on our emergency operations plan, and I'll be working with the department heads to finalize that and get it submitted. And then I would also like to remind you guys we're having the Newman Firefighters Association is having their Easter breakfast Sunday. So I have some tickets tonight if anyone needs them, and then we'll look forward to seeing you guys there. I can answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. Any question?
I'll take 3.
I like the red doors.
That was Michael's.
Fred,
On the
Casey?
fire station.
Yeah, Casey, tonight, do you have anything?
Michael, on the wetlands area,
Yes.
is it still under consideration to make that walking trails?
Yeah,
between some of the
that'll be
ponds and
phase
kind of-
2 when we do the LID, or the low impact development biofilter. The idea is also to have a community amenity by having walking trails out there,
Right.
as well as some environmental education features out there as well.
Nice. And just out of curiosity, I'm sure you guys have already looked at this, but are there grants out there? Because
Yeah, I think there's a grant coming up this summer for the LID.
Yeah, there's some other round for the new grant application.
We're consistently keeping our eyes open on that. We actually have some consultants that are looking for us as well, so.
Okay.
I have just one quick question. This might be related to Kim.
Yes.
What do we do in reference to potholes on our street? For instance, at Merced and L Street, and I guess that's pretty much commercial and businesses in that area.
Yes,
Just terrible, the streets.
yes,
Are we responsible for that, the city?
yes, that's a city street, especially the L Street, the industrial site. There's a huge traffic flow every
Right.
day,
Yeah.
and then it affected the roadway condition. We have filled a lot of potholes recently, but however, there's a limit. The pothole is very temporary remedy, repair for the roadway. But however, the Measure L passed, so city staff prepared the plan to repair it's called a hotspot. So it's a regional, the funding will be available in the near future. So we prepare the plans based on the priority, which area is severe, which area is a little less. It depends on the condition. So we have developed several plans for that. So we are going to address that, your concern, in the near future.
Right, because not only is there commercial down in that area, I think there's residents
Yes.
too in that area too.
Yes, there are a lot of the residential areas. It is why we apply the traffic data plus the field inspection. So based on that, we develop some plans. For example, removing the existing layers, put the brand new overlay, or some minor damages. We just apply the seal. In the case, yes, steel is really helpful. So there's several stages. Some other areas we gotta remove the entire road even base. It's going to be brand new roadway. Otherwise, just a temporary repair doesn't work at all.
Right.
So we develop some priorities based on the site condition and traffic data.
So, that's all I have.
I have one more thing.
Yes.
For Jim, we met with your, with the crew from putting together the Air Force, or airfield base, and it looks like a really great plan so far. It was very interesting to see their presentation and what the plan for it is kind of neat, kind of exciting. That's it.
Well, our city attorney would like to speak to us tonight, so Lily.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to give the council an update. If you recall, council provided us with direction moving forward with a marijuana cultivation ordinance a few meetings ago. And so we've been working with staff to prepare that, and we anticipate presenting that to the council for first reading at the first meeting in May.
Thank you. Casey?
I have nothing.
Nothing?
No. Okay. Let's see, Casey and Leroy and I attended NIMS training, which is required training for elected officials, conducted by the Office of Emergency Planning for Stanislaus County. Good training, gave us a good overview of what responsibilities elected officials have in terms of emergency preparedness and that kind of thing. Chief Bowen is working on our emergency operations plan, and that'll be presented to the Disaster Planning Commission sometime in May, I think. And then I'll let you address
Go ahead,
Adam
please.
Gray.
Okay.
You want me to do it? All right. We,
fill in
Mayor
readings.
and Mayor and I met with Adam Gray on Friday of last week. immediately following the approval by the legislature of SB 1, which is the new gas tax for supposedly for road repair. We'll see where the money actually ends up. So we had an opportunity through the League of Cities to meet with him. He was rather late getting there because they didn't finish their vote until like 10:45 on for a Thursday night, and it was about 11:15 when he finally got there on Friday morning. So, but did have a chance to talk with him a little bit about the impact. I believe the mayor has a copy of the legislation that was passed, and so we'll all be looking at that, I'm sure, over the next few weeks. That's all I have.
Well, just to add a little bit to it, Adam Gray and Canella, of course, they formed a team, and they were able to get, I think it's $500 million for I guess, Ceres, Merced area. And also, I think there's another $100 million for the corridor going to Merced College. And I don't know if that, I know for the $500 million, I think it has to do with the train. And I don't know what's going to the Merced College, but it was very fortunate that they needed, I think, 2/3 vote, and when they teamed up together, they were able to get it. And I know there was a lot of people that were very unhappy that that money had gone to this area, but sometimes that's what it takes. But 12 cents a gallon is a lot of money, but our roads are never going to get fixed unless we do something. And I know there's indication that a lot of times when these bonds are passed, that the money really doesn't go to where it's supposed to, but let's hope that some of it goes and the roads are repaired and we have better roads, because 5 years from now, it's going to just cost that much more to get the roads repaired. So anyway, so I thought it was kind of exciting, and he was very excited about what it had transpired. But anyway, I don't have anything else other than I want to give a Christmas tree report. That's funny. Christmas tree. We have a Christmas tree downtown. I don't know if any of you ever go by it, but you really should. And it's a skinny little sucker. And it's up to our city manager to fatten it up, But he's a skinny little guy himself, so we have an issue. But the tree looks good, and it looks healthy, and I know that Grover is taking care of it, and so they're a good landscaping company, so with a lot of good care. That tree would grow up to be a big Christmas tree. Anyway, with that, I'm going to ask for adjournment.
Motion made.
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. But